Hello, hello, and welcome, welcome. This is Tech Smart Academy. I am Gregory Spates, your host, and today we're going to talk about mastering live video streaming with StreamYard. It's going to be wonderful. We're going to be excited. We are excited about this wonderful live. We're going to be talking about streaming and a couple of other platforms as well, but mostly StreamYard. So get ready, strap in, let's go. Again, welcome. I am Gregory Spates, your host. Welcome to Tech Smart Academy. Today we are talking about mastering live streaming with StreamYard. There are so many different platforms that are out there, so many different choices to choose from, but I've been using StreamYard for about 4 years now. Well, maybe 3 or 4 years. We started during the pandemic, actually, and it really became a go-to resource for streaming. It is very, very easy, and it's kind of a production studio that's accessible via the web, which makes it very, very invaluable. You don't have to install anything. You don't have to have a program or anything like that. It really allows you to have to stream from anywhere. And also, when it comes to your guests, you could just send them a link, and they can also be a part of your live stream as well. So we're going to get into this really good today, and we're going to talk about streaming with StreamYard. Are you ready? All right, let's talk about it. So let me go ahead and pull up my StreamYard here. Let's add that to the list. I thought I had it up, but it is not there. So here we go. Let's go ahead and bring it to the forefront. Excellent. All right, here we are. Let's take off my name. This is StreamYard. This is when you first log into StreamYard, this is what you'll see. This is a very, very wonderful interface because it allows you to do a lot of different things. And we're going to talk about each one of them. First, this is the home screen. So you're able to create a stream right here very easily by clicking create. And you have a couple of different choices, if you will. You can live stream, which allows you some choices even there. The live stream allows you to either start live like I'm doing right now, or you can actually have a pre-recorded video that you can kind of set to go live at some other time, which is pretty awesome. So if you don't want to go live right then, if you've already prepared something and you wanted to stream tomorrow, you could already set it up, put everything in there, and tomorrow at 8 a.m. it could stream, and you could be laying in the bed somewhere or something like that. So that's pretty cool. The recording feature allows you to just record. So if you didn't want to stream at all, you just wanted to record and maybe do some other things in post-production, like take it to Premiere or Final Cut or DaVinci Studio, you could do that here as well. The on-air webinar is quite awesome. I used it during my church tech summit because it really allows you to have people, you could send them a link, and that's the only way that they can access the webinar. So if you want to do something that has paid access or restricted access, all you have to do is set this up, and when they get the link, there'll be restricted access. You don't have to worry about it being broadcast to the world. And even though I'm broadcasting on YouTube right now, a lot of times when people want to do that, they'll do it as an unlisted video. So you could be going live, but it's unlisted. But again, the beauty of doing it this way is that, again, it's restricted access, so people can't get access to it. So we're going to talk about some recording today. So if you would do a recording, you can click on that. I already have one set up, so we're gonna go into that demo today. All right. Also, the library. So after you recorded or have live streamed anything, the beauty of it is it's all here in your library. So again, I talked about the Church Technology Summit that I did some time ago. I used StreamYard to do it. I used the webinar, and it was awesome. It was actually wonderful, and it allowed me to stream. This is where is it? For 4 hours and 16 minutes. Flawlessly, no problems whatsoever. So all of your old video are there. I would make reference, and I'll make this a little bigger so everyone can see it pretty well. Down here, I only have 50 hours of storage. So you want to be mindful of that as you are accumulating videos, you may need to download some, and you could do that very easily. Also, when it comes to the video clips that you have here, you can easily repurpose them as well. So let me see, if I go into the Church Technology Summit and I say I want to edit and repurpose, I can come in here. I could say if I want it to be a reel or if I want it to be regular video, click on that. And as you can see, I can easily say, you know what? I want to grab this clip right here and take that, and I can just save it as new and give it a name here. And now it's going to start creating a clip. And these are all the clips that I've already created and have added, which is beautiful. So if you've done one recording, you could easily go there and make other clips and repurpose them, name them, download them each. And it's a great resource for something that you've already done. Whoops, didn't mean to play that there. But yeah, it's a great resource. So let's go back. So those are all the test recordings. Your destinations are places that you can stream to, which is awesome. So as you can see, I've got a bunch of different places that I've already indicated, that I already set up that I can stream to. So if I wanted to, I could stream to my Facebook page, the University Ministries, my YouTube software. All those are available. And to add a new destination, it's very easy. You just click on that button and you can set up a page. You can stream to LinkedIn, to YouTube, to Twitter. They just recently added Instagram, which is dope. You can stream to Twitch, Hopin, or if you have a custom destination that you want to stream to, you can stream there as well. So you have a lot of wonderful options to be able to stream. Now they've got a couple of different price points. So if you're using, I think the standard, you could stream to 2 different places at one time. If you're using the premium or the pro, I think it is, you could stream to 4 places at one time. So that's awesome. I think when I was doing promos for my Church Technology Summit, I streamed to 4 places simultaneously. And the beauty of that is when we talk about StreamYard, normally if you have a streaming platform, you would have to have enough bandwidth for 4 different places. So that's your network access, your internet access. You would have to have enough bandwidth to support 4 HD streams. But the beauty of StreamYard is you're sending it to StreamYard, and then StreamYard is sending it out to these different outlets. So you only need enough bandwidth for 1 HD stream. That's big. Especially if you're doing something from your house or maybe even from your cell phone. You don't have to worry about having the best connection in the world. You just have to have enough to be able to stream to StreamYard, and it will distribute it to up to 4 different places simultaneously. Well, that's awesome. That's awesome. So let's go ahead and get right back into this, and let's go ahead and talk about StreamYard. So I already have something set up called demo recording. So we're going to go into the studio. All right. And this is loading up quite nicely. When you get here, there's a couple of things. Now you'll see me on the camera. Hey, I already have this kind of set up from when I used it to do my live from last week. So you have a couple of different things that you can do here. You've got your mic that you can set up. You can mute yourself, or you can have your cam not show, and it will show something like this. That's my picture. You can also go to your settings. Your settings will allow you to choose your camera, choose your definition that you want to stream in. Now, it's important to note, Facebook does not support full HD. So 1020, 1080p, Facebook does not support that. The highest resolution that you can actually stream on Facebook is 720. So if you're only going to stream to Facebook, you might want to choose this here. And if you're only going to stream to Facebook as well, you might use the middle tier version of StreamYard, because the middle tier only supports up to 720. So you can do that. You can choose to mirror your camera. You can choose to touch up your appearance. I'm not going to do that. I think I look pretty fly already. Then you can come here. So your general settings, and I forgot to talk about that. You can choose your orientation. So it could be landscape. It could be portrait. You could choose to shift up your videos, show your audio avatars, automatically add screens. We're going to talk about that in just a few, so you can get a better understanding of what that is. Also, again, from a holistic standpoint, you can choose automatically if you want it to be 1080p or 720p. Again, we've already talked about the camera. Here now you can choose which mic you want to use. You can see I'm using my Yeti stereo microphone, but if you had other mics, you can choose them from here. You can check your audio levels. You see I'm sounding pretty good. And then you can also check your speaker. If you're going to have guests, it's good to press the echo cancellation, so that as you have dialogue, you don't have a lot of feedback. I'm going to talk about some tips to cancel that a little later as well. You can also click here to reduce mic background noise. This is a new feature. So if you've got some kids maybe playing in the background, or if you're sitting maybe in an urban urban city where you have ambient noise, cars going by, horns being beeped, this will help to mute that a little bit. Not totally, but it will help to reduce it a lot. Since I don't have any of that going on, I'm streaming in stereo audio. You can ask this to automatically adjust your mic volume if you want to. I personally don't like that. Just for me, I want to be able to set my mic volume and not have it fluctuate. So I didn't choose that. If you have a green screen or something along that nature, you can choose a virtual background. I will caution you, and this says right here, the green screen feature uses a bit more computer resources than other features. This is because while this is on, your computer is constantly trying to edit out what's behind you. You see this happen a lot in Zoom videos. So if you're going to go live, unless you absolutely must use a green screen, I personally would advise against it because I would suggest using your computer resources for the stream. You want it to be able to process your video and all that other kind of stuff. So using the virtual background, the green screen, I would advise against that. Just make sure that your set looks pretty good. And your recording, we'll get into this more. You could talk about if you want the local recording, where you want it to be, all that kind of good stuff. You can also download a separate audio file for each person that's talking. There are stream decks and different hardware devices that you can use that you can assign certain levels of functionality to by clicking a button. Or by default, it's automatically mapped to your keyboard. So if I wanted to mute the mic, I can do Command and D. Or if I want to turn the camera off, Command and E. So there's a whole listing of hotkeys that are listed here of different things that you can do and click on the fly. Of course, all those things also can be done by clicking a button on the screen, which I'll demonstrate in just a little bit. The guest, this kind of determines how your guests will be handled when they come on the screen. This is a good new feature. So if you're having a guest and you want them to also promote what you're doing, this allows them to stream to their own destination, just like they were doing it themselves. It's not like a share or anything. It would be right to their destination, which is pretty cool. So that's a great way. If you wanted to have another destination, you could have that and have them set that up. You can set it up so that the guest can see the viewer comments and the posts. You may or may not want your guests to see what people are saying, but this allows you to turn that on and off. Playing a sound when guests enter, I don't advise that because it can be disruptive depending upon how many guests you have coming in and out. Having your guests authenticate. Yes, there is a lot of fraud and hackers trying to do different types of things, so you may want your guests to have to put in a password or whatnot to come in. I personally have never had problems with that, but to ease your mind, you may want to do that. So that's an option. And they've got some more options down there, but we're going to go ahead and close this out and move on. You can have your display name. I'll say what this is in a minute, and your headline if you want that. So we're going to go ahead and enter the studio. When you come here, I'm not streaming or anything. I'm not recording or anything like that. This is the setup stream. So if I want to add myself to the stage, again, no one can see me yet if I was recording. And if you have guests, until you add them to the stage, they can't be seen. So I'm going to take myself off because I'm on two places now and I don't want anything to blow up. So I'm going to remove that. But yes, when I'm ready to record or stream, I'll add myself to the stage. There's a lot of wonderful things here. So we're going to talk about what's down here for a minute. So let's say I have a couple of different layouts that are easily available to me. So I'll demonstrate this for a second. I've got, let me see. I've got this particular layout right here that allows someone like me to be talking to you. Hello. If I have more than one person on the screen, I can click this. I don't have more than one person right now, but we're going to add something. So I'm going to go to my preset button, my present button, and I've got a couple of different options. I can use slides from a PowerPoint or something like that. If I have another camera, I can actually add that, and we'll talk about that a little later. If I have a video file, I can add that as well. But right now, I'm just going to share my screen. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to go to this window, to this PowerPoint. Well, actually, it's a Keynote that I have set up. I'll put that there. And now, if I wanted to present with Keynote, right side by side, I can easily do that. And you see this orientation of the screen right here. If I wanted it side by side or this kind of setup, I can do something like that. If I had multiple people on the screen, it would show that. I don't have the multiple people, but these are, again, different layouts that you can have for that. As I indicated before, when something is on the stage, you see it. So if I put it on the stage, it will be there. If I take it off the stage, then you can't see it. So that's true also if I had somebody else that was interviewing with me and I wanted to take them off of the stage very quickly, or if their interview set was over. I could easily do that, and they can easily sit behind there, backstage, until I'm ready for them. If anybody is going to be a guest, they initially come and they're backstage, which is great. So you can see them when they come in. That's why I was suggesting before, it's really not good to have them with a chime when they come in, because now you can see them when they come in. So that's great right there. So they'll come in, and when you're ready to add them, I'll be like introducing my guest, and I click that, and then they would be on the screen with me. So again, wonderful features right there when it comes to hosting and those different types of things. Let's talk about this interface down here. So of course, I'm on this. I'm on the backstage. So I'll put myself on the stage again. I could choose to mute myself while I'm on stage. Let's say there's some background noise or something I wanted to get rid of. I could easily do that. I could stop my cam easily, and you can still see that audio is happening, but you can't see the video. If I needed to adjust my settings or go back to that, I can click that button, and that would do that for me. I am showing a screen, but if I needed to stop sharing my screen, I can click that, and that would kill that altogether. If I wanted to invite a guest, I can easily do that. And pretty much the only thing I'd have to do here is copy this link, and I can either email it to my Gmail or send it to another email client or send it via Facebook Messenger. But anybody who has this link can now connect and be a guest on the show. So very, very easy. What else we have? So if I want to leave the studio, so I haven't recorded anything yet, but if I was just setting some things up and wanted to leave the studio, I could. And it's going to take me back out to this home screen. My demo recording setup is still there. And whenever I wanted to go back to it, I could simply by clicking Enter Studio. Everything that I've set up, all the audio settings, all the video settings, all those will still be there. As you can see, and I can go right back, and boom, everything is there. As you're live, comments will come on the screen. So let me see, I'll take my share off. I'm here talking here, and there are people. My wonderful wife says hello. So I'll drag her comment on here, and there she is, my wonderful wife. She says, hey. So that's a comment that can be shown while the live is going. StreamYard does the same thing. Let me go back to sharing my screen. All right. So if there are any comments, I can click on them here, and it will show up on the screen there. So very, very easy. And it can be a tons of comments. Whoever says anything, it'll automatically show up. If I wanted to have banners as the live was going, and I click on a banner, it would show up just like this. So I can have that. I can also create banners on the fly. And when I click on that, it'll add the hello. If I wanted to create a banner that I wanted to have scrolling along the bottom, I could do that as well. And it's denoted by ticker. I can click on that, and now I've got something scrolling on the bottom. So very, very easy it is to add different types of things. And as you're on live and you're talking about different types of things, you can easily click on one of them to show it. Now it's very easy to show it. You just click it, and to turn it off, you click it again. So awesome stuff there. The brand is wonderful because here now I begin to really frame my set. I'm going to add myself back to the stage here. So I could change my brand color if I wanted to. If I wanted to make this thing all black, as you can see down here in the corner where it says Gregory, it's all black. So I have the option to do all that. Take myself off stage again. I have the option to present the name in different ways. So I'll add myself back there. I've got the bubble I can use. I've got the classic style I can use. I've got the minimal style I can use and the block, which is what I was using. So you have a lot of great options with that. So you can tailor it however you want, get the style you want, get the exact color that you want, and really, really, really make it your own. As you can see, and I'll take my logo off of the live so I can demonstrate that here. It allows you to have a little logo in the top corner there. So whatever your logo is, you can have that, and you don't have to show your name. Just as I'm choosing to show my logo, I can choose to turn my name off by taking off the headline if you just want to have your name and no title, or take that off altogether. So again, great options, great options. Let's move down a little bit more. Overlays. So as you're on live, you can create an overlay in Canva. You can create an overlay in Photoshop or anything like that. But your overlay can cover the entire screen, or it can have an alpha channel, which is like a transparent background, and you can show part of the foreground with it. So this is great if I'm going to use this. Now, these are graphics that come with StreamYard, but again, it's very, very easy to easily add an overlay. You can just click on here, and it's going to pull up your menu. And let me see if I have anything that I can throw up here. I'm sure I do. Let's see. This is a graphic that I use to promote this live. So this is something I could easily put an overlay up. So this is something that covers the entire screen, but you don't have to use that. You could use something, again, that covers a part of the screen. So you have wonderful options, and you can add as many overlays as you want. There are some parameters. It says the recommended size is 1280 by 720, but I would recommend putting up 1920 by 1080. That way, if you go full HD, you don't have to worry about it not looking good or not or it being low resolution. So, and then the file size can't be more than 20 megs. Or can't be more than 3 megs for GIFs. So GIFs are great because if you want something animated, you can do that as well. All right, we have a question here. So let me go to the question. This is great. Dr. Joe says, can you share the best use of StreamYard? When would someone choose to use it? That's a great question, Dr. Joe. And I appreciate you asking that question, as cute as you are. StreamYard is a wonderful platform for many, many different types of people. If you are doing any type of recording, if you want to record something for your job, if you want to record something for YouTube or for Facebook or for Instagram or any of the social media outlets, you can easily do that. If you want to stream, as I indicated very early, to any of those outlets, you can do that as well. If you want to have just a video recording of something. Now, of course, yes, you can record directly from your camera if you wanted to do that, but you would have to do a lot of stuff in post-production. So I'd have to add maybe lower thirds and whatnot. So if you didn't want to do any of that, if you've never edited video or anything like that, it really gives you a lot of great flexibility as to adding your name, adding an overlay, and really once you're finished with the recording, you're pretty close to being done and allowing it to be released. This is also great for churches that are looking to live stream. Now, you may be still doing things virtually only or hybrid, such that you do some things virtually and not, and you may want to be home or in your office. You could do something like this, but your camera, you can have your camera tied to a switcher or just a camera like this looking over your whole church congregation. And very easily, just like I've demonstrated here, you can have your church services live streamed and live streamed to Facebook, to Instagram, to YouTube, all up to 4 different outlets at one time. So that's very, very powerful for ministries because, again, when it comes to streaming, it can get pretty expensive. If you're talking about a video switcher, if you're talking about getting your audio and all the different types of things together and maybe having a mixer, all you have to have with this is a computer that the camera will connect to and have your audio come directly into the computer. You don't want to use ambient audio because then all the audio is in the ceiling and is the reverb and you can't understand what people are saying. You want your audio to come directly into the computer. As I indicated before in the audio setups, You want your audio to come directly in there. So that would allow you to, again, have clean audio. But again, you can use this for your church services. So again, you want to come to your audio and you can choose your audio setting from your computer. But that would allow you to have clean audio. So again, this is very, very valuable for a lot of different entities who needs to use or have a production studio. And again, the beauty of it is that it's web-based. So all you have to do is go to www.streamyard.com from anywhere that you have enough bandwidth to broadcast from, or if you don't have any bandwidth, you can record there. And again, it's a great resource. So I appreciate you for asking that wonderful question. And I appreciate all those who are joining us live and those that will see this on the replay. So let's get back into this. So we demonstrated the video overlays. Well, not the video overlays, the picture overlays. So we talked about the one that I've used here. And there is a discount code as well. So I'm happy that I put that up. If anybody sees this and says, hey, you know, StreamYard is a great fit for me, in the link below, in the description for this video, there's a discount code. So if you click on that and choose to use StreamYard, there will be a $10 discount for you when you sign up. So that's wonderful. So again, this is an image overlay, but if I wanted to have a video overlay as well, now StreamYard comes with a countdown, and they've got some music also associated with that countdown. So it's only 30 seconds. Now you can create custom countdown timers. I do that as well. So if you guys need a custom countdown timer, just hit me up in the comments and I'll get back to you. So this is a bumper that I created in another program, but I brought it in here. So your video loops can be audio, it could be just video, it could be animation, it could be anything. There are some parameters. So you can choose to loop your video and whatnot. Also, the max size for your upload can't be more than 200 megs, and it can't be longer than 10 minutes. The caveat here is that because this is web-based, you cannot have any other file type than MP4. So if you wanted to have a video with an alpha channel, a video with a background, or do something like a lower thirds that's animated, you can't do that here because it's web-based, and MP4s don't have an alpha channel that would be supported by this particular platform. So you're stuck with something that's going to, for video, that's going to cover the entire screen. For backgrounds, it comes with a background. That's, if you can see this texture here, that's there. Comes with an animated background. So this does support animated backgrounds or video as a background, as you can see here. So those are the parameters for that. So you can have any types of backgrounds, any number of them, which is beautiful. So the background, and this has kind of like a layered system. So your background would sit under whatever video overlay you have. So I'll put myself back on stage to demonstrate this. Any image overlay you have will cover up the video. And so that's just kind of like their tier system. The beauty is, while a video is playing, you can't tell right now, but it mutes the mic. So if you had an intro or something like that that was on there, you don't have to worry about somebody hearing you while the video is playing. The video automatically mutes the mic. You can override that by unmuting yourself while the video is playing if you wanted to talk over it or something along those lines. I see we've got another question, which I appreciate. Anyone that has a question, please don't hesitate to ask it. Let me see here. Dr. Joe says, do you offer more detailed consultations on how to set up with StreamYard? Absolutely, I do. You can contact me at info@techsmart.academy, techsmart.academy. That's info@techsmart.academy. And I'll be happy to get with you to talk about your particular setups, do consultations, all the different types of things. Be happy to get with you with that. I see another question by Jody Diolian. She says, what do you mean by lower thirds? That is a great question. So lower thirds, if you look at this screen, you can kind of split it up, if you're mine with you, with the top third, the middle third, and the lower third. And the lower third, a lot of times, is where people people will show your names and those different types of things down there. Most of the time, if you're watching an award show like the Oscars or the Emmys or something like that, when somebody gets up to speak, they'll put their name down in what is the lower third or the lower third part of the screen. So when we say lower thirds in production terms, we're talking about content that will go in the lower thirds. And so it could be a name, it could be a more elaborate type of animation or whatnot that comes up down there. But that's usually what we are referring to when we talk about lower thirds. Great questions, great questions. Let's get back into this interface. So that is the audio portion. Now, while this is going on, you also have the ability to have background music. So just as you will hear me having background music on here, you can have background music in the beginning. You can have background music during the middle or whatever the case may be. But you've got the ability to change the audio levels, and you have the ability to click on any one of these guys and loop it. The ones that it comes with. You also have the ability to upload your own. I'm a musician as well as a software engineer. So I actually wrote some music for my live that I many times will play before the live or while it's in pre-show mode or while the countdown is going on. So I have that. So you have the ability to add music. Again, there are parameters. Well, I guess not. It's not giving me any restrictions here. I will say, no matter if you're doing video, audio, or music, you want to make sure that your content is original. In these days, companies will sue. If it's not an image that you personally took or bought, I would not use it in your lives. I would not use it. If it's music that your favorite artist may have written and you just want to get a clip and use it for your live, I would not do that because, again, they are suing. YouTube will take your video offline. It has happened to me. YouTube will take your video offline, and Facebook will. They have algorithms that will very quickly determine that your music is copywritten, and they will take it offline. So be mindful of that. Everything that you use, you want it to be original. You want it to be what's called rights. You want it to be royalty free. Anything that's rights managed means that someone's managing the rights. It belongs to someone, and you can't just use it without permission. Even if you have permission, Facebook and YouTube is not going to know that. So there's special procedures that you have to go through to even get your music played on those. Sometimes people will just simply say, I don't have rights to this. They may or may not let you slide with that. So just be mindful that you want your content to be original content. The last part here is a private chat. So if you have people that you have invited to be with you on your live, but you wanted to converse with one another or send a message to the other person, but you didn't want that to be broadcast on the whole live, you can easily chat with the person here. And only the people who are backstage or on the stage can see that message. That's great. It's a great way to say, hey, how much longer are we talking? We're going to shift gears and talk about something else. It's a great way to communicate with someone else without those things going public. So that's great there. Let's see what else we will talk about here. Okay, are there any other questions as we're talking about this? All right. Let's leave the studio here for a moment. Let's talk about these destinations. Where are my destinations? Okay, yes. So adding a destination is very, very easy. Again, when you come here to click a destination, you can easily choose any one of these guys. So I have a bunch of different Facebook pages or groups. Let's talk about a group. I can click on a group. It's going to ask me to connect to Facebook. I'm already logged in. So it'll then take me to a place that I can easily go to. So I'm already connected to all the groups. If you didn't have it, all you would have to do here is click connect and you'd be connected. So again, very, very easy for someone to connect to those particular areas and have a place to stream to. Again, I say StreamYard is a great resource, great resource that you can use for your streaming media. One of the other things I wanted to mention, again, for the very different scenarios that you can have with StreamYard, again, it can be used for a lot of different mediums. So if you're recording and you just want to use it someplace else, you could do that. But the streaming different scenarios are great because, again, for churches, for and corporate events, anything like that, you can stream. If you've got a home business, if you've got a home hobby, if you want to record a commercial or anything like that, again, it's a great place to do that. It's a great place to use and to stream from. So again, this is mastering live streaming with StreamYard. One of the things I also want to mention when it comes to your streaming, again, I talked about your set. So I don't have a green screen or anything like that. I actually have some lights, as you can see in the background there, just to add a feel for my set. Your set can be whatever you want it to be. You can have it bright lit. I prefer this kind of more intimate feel, but you can have a bright room. You can have a room with lights behind you. Now, I want you to be mindful of that as well, of your setup. Now, I have a light source here, and I have a light source here, and I have my mic right here, and I have my camera right there. You want to be mindful of where your camera is, your lighting. You want your lighting to be balanced. You don't want your lights to be too hot, such that all anyone sees is glare, but you don't want it to be too low so that no one can really see you. Also, you want to make sure that your light source in front of you is brighter than the light source behind you. So it's not bad to have lights behind you. It's not bad to have a window behind you. But if all you can see is the light behind you, you're going to look like you're in witness protection, because all they're going to see is a silhouette and they won't be able to see you. So you want to be mindful of those things. Also, a good microphone. For people to be able to hear what you're saying is very, very important. So now you can, in this day and time, you can actually easily go live from your phone. If you've got one of the latest iPhones, I would say from the iPhone 13 or newer, or if you have one of the Android phones, I would say a Galaxy, maybe a 20 and up. Those are great phones to go live from. You don't have to have the latest and greatest cameras. You don't have to have the latest and greatest audio, and the latest and greatest microphones. Microphones can get very high up there, but you can use your phones to do it. Again, just be mindful of your lighting. Good lighting will make any camera look better. Bad lighting will mess up any camera. And again, your audio, you want to make sure that if you're in a room that you don't have a lot of reverb. Sometimes you might be in a big hall and you snap your fingers and you hear all this echo and whatnot. You want to be in a room that is controlled, has controlled space. So again, those are just some quick tips for streaming. I hope you have enjoyed this video. If you would, go ahead and click that like button, hit the subscribe button. Let others know that this video has been done and is a great resource for anybody who's looking to stream. So I appreciate you all so much for joining me here at TechSmart Academy. Again, I'm your host, Gregory Spates, and I appreciate you so much. God bless. Shalom.